Hey everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday night's Paranormal Q&A with Kenna and Carly Hall. How's everybody doing tonight out there? Having a few people show up. There's Bob Burnell. How you doing out there, Bob? Good to see you. I'm sure we have more jump online. So we don't have anything special planned for tonight. Next week, we do have a couple special guests. Carly, do a pre-announcement on that. What?
Pre-announcement?
You don't have to get into details. Just tell them who we're having on. And you weren't prepared, were you?
I was not prepared. Give me 2 seconds and I will be, though.
That's all right.
No, it's
you
okay.
work on that.
No, it's okay. I got it. It's Deidre and Scott from Soulsgate Paranormal.
Soulsgate Paranormal. And we'll be having them on because they're going to be holding an event at Wildwood Sanitarium on August 1st. So Carly and I will be there. We are donating our time and purchasing a table because it's for a good cause to help raise money for I believe it's for the roof on the facility, on the Wildwood Sanitarium. So that's always a good cause, and always wanted to help out our friends when we can. So we'll be doing that. That'll be again August 1st. We unfortunately had some bad news just this week, as of yesterday actually, that the Battlefield Bash had to be canceled due to coronavirus increases down there in the state of Pennsylvania, and the additional limiting on gatherings and stuff like that. So unfortunately, yeah, that got canceled. But we do want to remind people that even though the bash itself has been canceled, the bash is also for charity, so you can still donate to the two charities with regards to what the bash is being held for. I believe you can, if you need to know what those are, you can contact me and Carly. Any amount of donation is good. We can give you that information and who to send those donations to for collection and dissemination to the charities, or you can give them to the charities directly. But we'll give you that information next week. I just don't have it right now, but you can still always remember, any of these events you can still also donate to the charities. Same thing for even the Wildwood Sanatorium. Yeah, if you want to donate to Wildwood Sanatorium to help them with replacing the roof on the facility, please feel free to do that. We can give you the information on that as well, and we'll get you who to contact out there to donate for that. Always good causes. Hinsdale House is another one. You can always donate to Hinsdale House for refurbishment and repairs being done there. And that's our good friend Daniel Class, who owns that facility. You can always donate there. And Dan, if you're listening tonight, or you can just check out Dan's Facebook page. And any amount helps. $2, $5, whatever you can maybe afford to donate. Every little bit helps. Everybody gives a little bit. It helps out all these places and locations to be available for us to investigate constantly. And in regards to charities like Wounded Warriors, which Battlefield Bash supports, and I think it's H4H is the other one they support for Heroes for Hire, which help out kids with cancer and stuff like that. You can always donate to these things any time of the year. Always remember that they're great facility, things to donate for. Anyways, always good to know. And Candace is here, our good friend Candace Guthrie Weston. And Barry March, we see you. Bob Maloney, always good to see you back. Karen Coe, Steve White, Bobby Carter, always good to see you. And Bob Burnell, we had caught you earlier. So always good to see everybody on. Again, we didn't have any real doings tonight. As usual, this show is really about you and your questions out there. We are here to try to answer your questions about the paranormal, regardless what part of the paranormal there is a question about. So If you got a question, ask it. Otherwise, I got to come up with some garbage to talk about. So does Carly. Carly, what's been going on with you?
Not much.
Give us a rundown this week. Oh, come on. I know some things about your that have been going on. See, Carly's
really,
a big
honestly,
Carly. To be honest with everybody, is a big anime fan. She's a huge anime fan.
can you not tell by my jacket?
They may not know. A lot of people may not know.
Who's watching knows. Oh gosh, so this is a My Hero Academia jacket. That's like one of the gym outfits that they wear, and it's like, I got it. I love it. I love that anime. I got
It's called My Hero Academia.
My
Tell them
Hero
a little bit
Academia.
about what it's about. It's actually a little bit kind of paranormal related, actually. In a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. They have what, special powers or something like that?
Yeah, so they're called quirks. So basic rundown without, ruining the series too much if you guys do want to watch it, which I highly recommend. This kid obtains a quirk, and there's a bunch of people in this world that have a bunch of quirks or special powers, and is very common in that world. And there's certain people that go to school to become a hero. And so this boy basically goes from not having any powers to somehow obtaining them, and he gets to follow his hero, his like superstar hero that he like absolutely loves, and gets to train under him and become the ultimate hero. So that's his goal, which is known from the beginning, so I'm not spoiling that part of it, but it's 4 seasons. I finished it in like a couple weeks. So like this is fantastic. The 5th season is supposed to come out this year. I am ecstatic.
But that jacket is like the jacket they wear at the school.
Yes.
The gym jacket at the school.
So
she's really into that. She also got a
bento box.
Bento box.
I got a bento box, like for my lunchbox.
For people who don't know what that is, tell them what that is.
It's a Japanese lunchbox.
It's a Japanese lunchbox.
Yes.
It's Tupperware.
Japanese Tupperware.
Japanese Tupperware. All right, but it is kind of cool. I will admit it is kind of cool.
But it is cool. I love it. And anime really actually helps me connect with kind of like it really helps me relate, with he's messaging me. Anyway, so my friend who likes anime is messaging me. But anyway, the thing I was trying to mention was that I really connect with anime in terms of like how crazy my life has been, and all the twists and turns that life takes you around. So I really connect with it. So I highly recommend it, especially for all the younger people. It's just it's nice. So
and some of it is like paranormal stuff too.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have a question. We have a question from Bob Maloney, our good buddy Bob Maloney. Says, I know you do not charge clients for investigations. Do you charge to do an exorcism? Well, Bob, actually, that is an actual investigation. It starts off as an investigation, and with the exorcism, which most people know, we actually were involved with one. And brought it to the attention of our friend Steve Coles just a few weeks back. No, we do not charge for exorcisms. Well, that's basically what we're doing there is God's work. Eliminating evil from these people who ended up with demonic possession for one reason or another, and there's various reasons why that can happen. Sometimes nothing to do with the fault of the individual. Sometimes just bad decisions made for a lot of extraneous reasons having to do with what's going on in their lives, things like that. But no, we do not charge for that. That would be kind of a negative thing to do, actually, to charge somebody to remove something that evil from them would be kind of, I guess, in an essence, almost kind of evil in itself. To me, to do something like that. That's a calling. I mean, doing exorcism is a calling. would not even accept money from anyone. If they wanted to say try to pay us for that, I would suggest they give it to a charity of their choice, rather than giving it to us, as a way of saying thank you for being delivered from something that specifically evil. So no, we did not charge for that. And I know there was another Candace brought up something. Oh, and hey, Terry Egan. Hey, Jason Ale.
Hey, Terry.
Just wanted to mention you guys. See, Chris Sanders is here. Very cool. So Candace says, what is it? Kundalini Awakenings.
Oh,
Thoughts?
it's
an anime show too.
Can you put it on the screen? I can't find it. Oh, Kundalini Awakenings. Oh,
Yeah.
this is. Oh, I know what it is. It doesn't have to do with anime.
Okay.
I thought it did.
Wow. You got me on that one. I don't know what that is.
Oh gosh.
Candace, if
Yeah.
I know you're listening out there, enlighten us a little bit. Give us a little bit more. I don't know what I've never heard the term before, so enlighten us about that.
I think I know what she is referring to. It has to do with gosh.
See, we don't know the answer
Hinduism.
to everything.
I know. It has to do with Hinduism. It's like when you awaken to your inner self or your higher self.
Right.
Gosh, my guide briefly went over this.
Well, I'm Googling
Like
it
when
right
you
now,
when
so.
you like when people are seen as like old souls, or they seem like they are very connected to their higher self, that's what we're referring to, is that awakening moment where you are like yes, the awakening of your chi. William Earl just said that. Yes, connected to your
Right.
chakras.
Well,
Yes. Okay.
here's what I found on the subject.
See, you guys are awesome. You guys are answering it. This is
See,
awesome.
this is good. This is what
This
we do
is what
this
we
for.
love. Yes. Barry Mart
So there's
says,
what I found on the subject. Kundalini energy is divine feminine energy that awakens the awareness that exists in all of us.
yes.
That's just what I found online. So
Yes. It makes sense. Barry Martz also said it refers to a style of yoga with a lot of breath work.
yep, I'm reading that too.
Yes. Candace said things that have been suppressed. Candace, Gwen and I talked about it the last time that we FaceTimed.
Actually, there's a lot of information. If you just Google that Kundalini awakening, you'll find a ton of information on that on Google.
I want to read up on it more.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. I mean, let's see if I can.
I haven't talked about that in like so long. Besides the fact that we did it on
this
FaceTime, but before that, it is very interesting, Nick. It is.
I was supposed to do the search link, but just search it, and there you go. There it popped up finally. Okay, so you can search that. That's a very interesting thing. I do not know much about it. It's something I have to look into. See, sometimes you guys enlighten us.
Yes.
You teach us something we didn't know about before. I can't give you realistically my thoughts on it because again, I don't really know much about it. Obviously, Carly can. She knows a little bit more than I do. But yeah, share like you've been doing. Share it with each other. I mean, share your own thoughts out there on it with us and with each other. I'm just going to post this up there because Chris Sanders' Dragon Ball Z is my favorite. I used to watch that.
Watch the abridged version too. It's hilarious. Just saying. Okay. Anyway.
And I'm going to post. There's something else I saw. I saw somebody. William Earl posted this. I would love to follow a medium.
You work with some.
You work with sometime. Well, Carly is one of my mediums. Michelle Durocher is another. Michelle Wagner is another. Stacy Horton is another. We have quite a few. I mean, I won't mention myself, but you don't want to follow me. I won't teach anything. Another very good, very excellent psychic medium is who is out there. She's very good. Is who I studied, kind of taught me what I know, is Becca Boyd, and you can look her up online. Matter of fact, I can give you her.
Yeah. Becca Boyd is awesome.
She is. She's amazing. She actually really is amazing, and she does. She's a 6th generation psychic medium, and she's also a certified life coach. I'll give you her website, since we're just sharing a ton of information here tonight.
Yeah.
So there's Becca's website. Very good individual, very nice person, very well gifted. Amazed me the first time I ever met her, and she gave me a reading. She wasn't supposed to be the one giving me a reading. But she knew a lot of things about me, my family, that I had, and specifically said an autistic son, which somebody who doesn't know you, I don't know how they would know that. Turned out it was my mother coming through it. This was many years ago, and that kind of started me on my own journey down that psychic abilities path.
Everything happens for a reason.
It does, and things turned around after I started following her advice and doing different things that she told me. And I'm just going to post this by William. I currently work with my partner, Chris Byrne, who does cleansings here in Plattsburgh, New York. Excellent. I think I know who Chris is. Of course, I know who William is as well. So that's good that you guys are working together. It's good to learn from somebody hands-on, especially. And this, unfortunately, is why we've had to postpone all of our paranormal classes for this year. We could not find places to confirm that they would be able to do host the live investigation. Actually, one of the colleges wasn't even going to allow off-site teaching of any kind this year, so we had to cancel all of our classes. We are looking towards next semester, which will be in the spring. We are also looking at something else that we might be able to do online, training that doesn't involve investigation, but it would involve taking some tests to check your knowledge of some things. At least just verify that you're learning what we hope and want you to learn.
It's so hard to do it without
those
an
wouldn't be necessary. Well, I mean, that wouldn't be directly involved with, like investigation equipment or utilizing things like that. It'd be more kind of a theoretical study type of thing on the paranormal and different things like that. And just seeing if you learn some stuff. So also stuff coming out of my book, Paranormal Research, but less on the practical end, more on this like kind of spiritual end.
Yeah, we can focus more on protection.
Things like that. There's some other things too. Some of it would be other stuff. Nick Mall, here he goes. Here's all his favorite anime. Not to change subjects again. DBZ, Sailor Moon.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yasha.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yep. All those great things. Those were all
awesome.
I used to watch them. My kids watched them, so I watched them. Some of them I actually just enjoyed myself.
Hi.
And MJ says she just watched Spirited Away, enjoyed it. I don't know.
Oh, it's so good.
One.
I haven't seen it, but it looks so good.
Okay, I haven't seen that. I don't know that one.
We should watch it. Just see.
And Nick Mull also says, whatever kind of investigations, residual location, they never charge either. No, we don't charge for any of our investigations. But I know why Bob Maloney asked for that, because it is doing an exorcism is it can be dangerous kind of thing. It is a dangerous basically thing to do or be involved with. You really got to know what you're doing. You have to be very careful. There's a lot involved. We actually even bring along some law enforcement with us when we go, just in case there's any real other issues, things like that. Also bring a medical individual along. In case, I mean, these things can get really, really bad sometimes. It's not something you really want to be involved with in true possession cases unless you really have the calling to do it. Oh, I've got a question for everybody out there. Actually, it's kind of a call for requests. Candace, you may know, or one of our other friends living further down south, I know. I do have somebody reached out to me who's down in Kentucky, and they're looking for a team down there that can help them with a haunting. Somebody they can trust. Obviously, I can't get down there to do it. They would like to have me, but obviously I can't do it. But I am looking for a paranormal team that's got a lot of experience that could maybe help out with this client case. And I know I do have a friend down there somewhere in Kentucky that has a paranormal team that I would trust. And there's Gino. But Candace, if you know of anybody down that way, I just can't remember the individual's name off the top of my head. But yeah, if you guys know of somebody, please let me know. Bob Purnell has a question. Okay. His question is, do you believe a day of reckoning such as in the New Testament? Do you believe we are getting closer to that time? Things seem so crazy now. Yeah, you're talking about basically the end times. No, I don't think we're getting closer to that. At least not in our lifetime necessarily. Anytime things go crazy in the world, everybody believes it's going to be an end time. And in actuality, when that was written, it was really referring to the Roman Empire and the fall of the Roman Empire at the time. It really didn't necessarily refer to sometime in the distant future. You gotta remember the times it was written and who wrote it and what they were seeing being shown by God and stuff like that. It changed to the world. Really, that's what it is. Has the final end come yet? I mean, is the second coming of Christ coming yet? That's also another part that's being that is out there. No, I don't believe we're quite there yet. When will it happen? I don't know. I'm not a prediction person.
We'll never know. We're not supposed to know.
You're not supposed to know. Carly's right. You're not supposed to know. There is certain signs and stuff like that. People think they see the signs all the time. And we thought we saw it with 9/11, right?
We thought we saw it with 2012.
Thought we saw it with 2012. We think we're seeing it now because of all the unrest and craziness that's going on. What I think we're seeing now is just all political. It's strictly all political. It's different people vying for different things. One group that wants to change the country into something other than they think it should be. The other side trying to hang on to what this country was founded on. I'll keep it at that. And,
It's history.
it's,
and
the coronavirus, the virus, you could have said that in 1917 when the flu pandemic hit. Killed more people. That killed more people in the world than the coronavirus is killing right now. And that was, because you got to remember, they didn't have the medical facilities and things they have now to deal with even that. So that was, as bad as this is, that 1917 pandemic was actually even worse. We can look at wars. Probably people were talking about the same thing when the Civil War hit here. Probably during the Revolutionary War, World War II, World War I. It was all the end times. Any war you can think of was probably all said.
And in all honesty, like
But Carly's right. You're not supposed to know when it's going.
But in all honesty, if our country was in the same state as other countries, it would be even more convincing that it would be the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, there's other countries that definitely have it way worse, that definitely seem like it would be the end of the world for them. So,
try some of those third world countries.
Yeah. So, like, they get bombed daily. And, that's one of the signs. They have plagues. That's one of the signs. They have so much that they have to deal with. but they're, you know, it's not the end of, I don't think it
Somehow we always seem to survive the end of the
So,
world.
you know.
When it comes, it'll come.
And then once it comes over here,
and that's
but,
only
you
that's
know.
that's the point of what Christ was trying to say. Just
Yeah.
be prepared spiritually for when it comes.
Yeah, exactly. So in the end, it's like,
be
who
good to
cares,
each other.
Who cares if it is? As long as you're good, you shouldn't worry about it. You should.
Right. Be good to each other.
You're
Help each
fine.
other out.
Exactly.
Be kind to each other. You know, try to help each other. You know, and stop fighting and arguing with each other over politics.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's ruined too many friendships and too many families. Even it's just ridiculous. And truthfully, these politicians do not care about you, me, or anybody else. They really don't. It's just about getting elected. That's all it is to them. They don't believe half the stuff they throw out to you. So beware of that. I really don't think they do. That's my personal opinion. All right, so Bobby Carter has a question.
Yes.
Back to the paranormal stuff. I do not know if I really am a sensitive, but what is your thoughts on premonitions? I found out Sunday watching the news that one of our friend's son was killed in a shooting while sitting in his car. Goes back to the state of the things today. Yeah, very sorry about that, Bobby. That's again, it goes back to what's going on these days, and it's just ridiculous and crazy and disheartening on so many levels. Before they called us, I saw the shooting on the news, and I knew I was going to hear something bad. Well, I mean, when you saw about the shooting on the news, did they announce that it was your friend? I'm not.
Well, I think that she, you know, what she's trying to say is that when she saw the shooting, she knew that somehow it was connected to a connection.
Gotcha. That it was connected to your friends.
Which would have to do with your gut, which is your intuition.
Yeah, that's your intuition.
That is,
yeah, and that's not necessarily being sensitive to spirit, but you can be. It's precognition. Let's put it that way. That you're sensing something that's happening is related to you. I could go by just what happened the other day. A friend of ours we hadn't heard from in a very long time. I just happened to be thinking about this individual, and 45 minutes, an hour later, they Facebook messaged us, and we hadn't had a way to get in contact with that individual in a long time. And so, you say that's a premonition, that I actually had thought, I think I'm going to hear from her pretty soon. I don't know why, but I'm going to hear from that person pretty soon, and sure enough, we did. So yeah, I would say you have some precognitive abilities. Sometimes those come and go. Sometimes it's just based on the mood. Here's a question.
That also has to do with mediumship abilities that I do have to mention.
Okay.
So when you connect with spirit or when you connect with energies, the people who are connecting cannot control what messages they get through or cannot control who the people decide to talk to. So that's you can't control what premonitions you get unless you want to like dampen it. Then you can control what level of your abilities you have. That's grounding and shielding, and that's more. But you cannot control what messages you get through.
So Barry March is having a little trouble hearing you, Carly.
Yes, that's why I'm speaking up a little bit. But thank you. Yes, thank you, Barry. So that is also another note that I do want to mention, because I don't think that some people realize that we can't really control what comes to us, because if you have two psychics sitting next to each other and they're trying to read, probably only one person is going to be able to read that person because they're the ones that were chosen to bring the message forth, and that happened with us. So that is another point I want to make.
And hi, David Dean. I see you out there. And Kansas was just saying Gwendolyn has done a lot of work with that other thing we were talking about earlier.
Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awakening.
Yep.
I have it written. I want to read more about it.
She's really nice. Steve White had asked this question. Have you guys had a terrifying paranormal experience? Yeah, mine was on TV just recently. It's called My Paranormal Nightmare.
Yes.
It's on Travel Channel. Check it out. Had to do when I was well, I think they say 16 on the show, but I was 17. When that happened, yes, I did. Where I actually had an experience with a demonic entity, and that's what that show happens to be about. It's telling my personal story about that. Yeah, so yeah, that was mine. Carly,
Mine's on Paranormal Survivor, season 5, episode 5, Dark
dealing
Dreams.
with her 10-year demonic haunting that she
Yes.
dealt with. So yeah, we've had a few. Yeah. Steve, we've had a couple.
Just a little bit.
You guys, yeah, if you guys have, share your stuff out there. Other than that, I don't think. Other than that one truly terrifying thing, nothing in the paranormal I've experienced has terrified me.
No.
Early on, there was a few things that did scare me, frightened me a bit, and then mostly today, things kind of surprised me or shocked me, but I can't say I'm really afraid of much out there anymore. Even that the exorcism we wrote, I really wasn't afraid during that. I wasn't terrified during that. I was so focused on trying to help that individual and help the exorcist to drive that out. And there was a group of us there dealing with that anyway. You don't focus on that, at least not from my perspective. Is it dangerous? Yeah. Do you have to be guarded? Yeah, especially spiritually.
But it's
Yeah.
a weird mix, because you know that you're so connected to your faith that you're calm because you know you're protected. It's weird. Like, you have to be on your guard, but at the same time, it's a weird mix. I found that very interesting when we were doing that.
Hmm. Oh, and Nick, yeah, we actually mentioned early on in the show tonight. You probably weren't here for that. Yes, we had heard that Gettysburg Battlefield Bash is canceled, but we did remind people, and we'll remind you again. You can still donate to the charities that was for, which is H4H, which is Heroes for Hire, which help kids with cancer, and the Pennsylvania Wounded Warriors. You can also still donate to those charities, which the bash was being held for. So don't forget that. You can still donate to those charities. And to other things as well. We talked about that. So remember that, everybody. Any little bit you can give is always helpful. Two great causes to give to. And Steve White asked a question. Well, actually, first, William Earl says, are you going to do the online learning? Not right now, not at the moment this year, Earl. We had to cancel all that with the colleges because we're trying to work out what would strictly be an online learning course that would not require an actual live investigation. But because the original course involves an actual live investigation, and we can't get anybody to guarantee we'll have a facility to do that at, we had to cancel it. And so we're working on something else. Hopefully, maybe we'll have something available for online learning before the end of the year. But right now, for the other ones, we are looking at not until the spring semester now. And Steve White asked, what are your thoughts on quantum physics? Quantum physics, actually, we have somebody who's a friend of ours who's directly involved with all that, and it does really interact, helps answer some theories regards to quantum physics, with regards to paranormal and spirits, and how they can move around, and how they can be in two locations at once. So I mean, I have a lot of respect for that field and what it can tell us and help us with regards to the paranormal, with regards to spirits and other things too. Even if you want to look at things like aliens, stuff like that. Quantum physics can have a lot to offer the paranormal community, and we need to delve into that a little bit more. I believe.
Yeah.
I know there's people that are, especially people who are professors with quantum physics. So yeah, it's got a lot of validity, and I think it has a lot of things that can give us some answers for people who are looking for answers to, is there life after death and things like that. And let's see, David, I'll just post that up because he talks about no one knows the Lord will return, even angels. He only knows that. Not even the angels, only he knows that day. That's correct. Only God knows that day, when that day will be. That just goes back to something we were talking about before. Okay, so Steve White gave me a team down there, Hopkins County Paranormal in Kentucky. If you know who I can get this person contact down there with down there, Steve, let me know if you got a name. I'd appreciate that. Candace talks about, back to the other stuff again, it's all within yourself. It's all a matter of symbolism. She's talking about the other thing again. Oh, let me put this up in regards to what's going on with the plague. And there's a new black plague happening in China. Not surprised. Everything seems to be coming out of China these days. William Earl has this to say. According to what Spirit has told me, we are in the times of the apocalypse. Spirit really wouldn't know. Again, I think, William. Truthfully, the only one who supposedly really knows is God himself. And he ain't talking. That's my own personal opinion on that. Everybody has their own ideas, thoughts, and whatever, and I do not disbelieve any of them. I may not agree with your with a personal insight on that, but we can agree to disagree. That's okay. I just don't think we're really in the end times right now. I really don't. I think it's just another, maybe a phase towards that, but I don't think what's happening is going to be the end in our time. And there's a lot of good. I'm just looking at a lot of the good discussions going on out there. Raising and lowering your vibration would not control it. Carly, he's asking a question.
Yes. So the when I think of vibrations in terms of our energy, I think more of that has to do with dealing with our like positive and negative emotions. Like negative is a lower vibration, positive is a higher vibration. So that depends on what you attract. In terms of your abilities, when you ground and shield, it's like a visual of, so when you're not grounded and you're not shielded, your aura or your energy around you, where like your range of what you can sense is like pushed out. It's like on its own, it's got its own mind. You can't really control it. When you ground and shield, you pull all of that in and you center it within yourself so that you have full control of it and you can gauge the level on how far out it goes or how close in it goes, and you can shield yourself around that to prevent against attachments connecting to that energy. Vibrations, yeah, I would say it has to do more with your positive or negative emotions, or you can control that, yes. That does not control what messages you get that come through. That depends entirely on the spirit that you're interacting with. It's like having a conversation with another person.
Oh, and Barry, yeah, this literally just came out about the Gettysburg Battlefield Dash yesterday,
Yes.
so it literally just happened.
It's so sad. I'm so
if you're
bummed,
making plans, yeah, if you made reservations, you may want to cancel those. It's just, it is what it is. So Bob Maloney, make sure to talk to Carl about that. Battlefield Bash has been canceled. You may want to change your reservations. Although Carly and I are still going down. There's quite a few people actually are still going to be down at the hotel. So we are still going down to spend the weekend. There is something else that's going to be going on for one night only on Saturday. I don't want to say too much because I think they kind of invited certain people to that. So, although we can invite, I think we can invite other people though. Anyways, I'll talk to a couple people about that. And Bobby Carter put out this. Once I felt the breeze go through me, I lived in a haunted house. It scared the heck out of me. glad to move out of the house. We were always having paranormal things happen. That's very interesting. Well, at least, most paranormal stuff really is innocuous, like cold breezes, things like that. Sometimes things moving. As long as nobody's getting hurt, scratched, bit, crazy things like that. Having objects thrown at them, things like that. I've been worried too much. If it is affecting your your emotions and your attitude, that can also be very harmful, or your physical well-being. Spirit energy can do that, so that's never good, and that's something that has to be dealt with, should be dealt with regards to a haunting, because you don't want to, be always ill in your own home just because the spirit is draining the energy out of it. Things like that. It's not always just physical. I mean, physical in the sense of things moving and stuff like that. It can be other things too. Even thoughts. Even you can go into your home that's haunted, and you're fine when you're outside, but you go in there and you have a lot of anxiety and negativity and things like that, and that's not good either. That can indicate potentially that there's a haunting going on. Steve White. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's who I'm supposed to contact. Okay. I will do that. That's Steve. I'll get in touch with Bill there, and let him get in touch with this lady, and we'll go from there. Yeah, Ted. It's just they're talking about some things internally. Blah 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 blah. Carly, how far ahead are you?
I'm right where you were.
Yeah, Barry, we have a reservation at the Wyndham too. I've still got my reservation for down there, so we're still going just to kind of meet, see everybody, hang out. We're not doing the event, obviously, but we're just going down to hang out, maybe do some investigating, and hang out with each other, see each other, because it's just been too long. So if you still want to go down for that purpose, that's fine. And again, you can still go to give a donation to those charities.
Exactly.
Nick talks about that. And I'll put this apocalypse in. Not the same as biblical revelations, apocalyptic times being the dawn of major changes. Oh, that's true. That is true, William. And yes, it can be apocalyptic in that, yes, there's going to be major changes, and stuff is changing. Things are always changing in the world. It's the way of the world, we don't like change, a lot of us, but we're actually, as humans, pretty good at dealing with change, believe it or not. Well, again, we may not like it. And just a lot. I see Ted Banson's on. How you doing out there, Ted?
Hey,
I
Ted.
see he's still going down too. Yeah, a lot of people are going to hang out go to the battlefields, check things out, do all that stuff. Still just going to have a lot of fun. And if I don't know if our good buddy Steve Coles is watching, yeah, we all decided. I guess we're not doing the event, but we're still going down. So Steve, you still wanted to go? Come on down. I mean, we're still going to go. We might even stay, I think, through Monday, just to get away. Originally had canceled my reservation earlier today because I didn't think anything was happening, and then all this started up, so I had to remake my reservation. So not a problem. Got it back. No issues. I see. Here's a question first. I don't think I've ever seen this. Jack Girl, you ever seen the movie Freaks by Todd Browning? I think that's a very old movie, isn't it? And I don't think I ever really saw the movie itself. I've seen clips of it, stuff like that. Yeah, I have seen. What I have really enjoyed, was the original Haunting, 1950 something version, the old black and white one, which was really like a real haunted house and all that. Very good classic. Check it if you can get it. Check it out. Again, you want the 1950 some version, not the remake. I think it was 1957 or something like that. It's called The Haunting. Originally called, I believe, The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
Not the one you saw on
Not the TV show.
Netflix. Although Netflix, I really enjoyed that series. That was a
I
really
haven't.
well done series.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's very good. It's
I
very
should
good.
see
You
it.
haven't seen it? Check it
There's
out.
like. Apparently, there's a ghost in every like frame, well, or scene, like scene setting.
You have to watch the whole thing. You have to watch the whole to really get what's going on, and what that haunting at Hill House is really about. It's very very interesting. It is very interesting. It's very well done. I really enjoyed it. But the original, The Haunting, I think in parentheses of Hill House. But anyways, 1957. Check it out. It's very good. Oh, Barry, yeah, I was talking about my reach out to Mike King. Good idea, Barry. Reach out to Mike King. See if maybe we can take a little time and go down and visit Mike. Maybe reach out to him myself. That's a good point, Barry.
Yeah.
Mike's a good friend, so it'd be great to get down and see him. We're not very far from there, down in Gettysburg, so it could be worth a little road trip. Make a little road trip plan for a weekend. Ruth is going to the Lookout House in September. We might be going down in August. I got to look into that. But yeah, they're Steve Berry, very good friends of ours. Really miss them. Gonna be good to see him next weekend. I'm not staying right there again. We're staying at the Wyndham. I know she's picked up for next weekend from some people who are staying there, it's a great place. Extremely haunted. You'll enjoy yourself there. I had some very interesting experiences, as Carly could tell you. We all did.
Yes.
Our team just went down there. They allowed us to investigate for a weekend, just our team, and we had some crazy experiences down there. I see. Let me see. Oh, and somebody talked about another season coming of Haunting a Hill House. Yeah, it's supposed to be. It got postponed because of the COVID-19. A lot of other things did. We actually may have some interesting things coming up in the next year. That might be happening. So, regarding to some projects and things, so we'll keep you abreast of that as time goes on. Let you know what's happening. Nothing really firmed up yet, but some things in the talks. So I can't say much more than that. Haunting is part of a presentation tomorrow night with the crew. Oh, somebody's doing a presentation. All right. The original one from 1963 would highly recommend. I thought it was 1957. I didn't think 63 was the year I was born. I was born January 63. I thought it was in 57 for some reason, the original. But whichever. Yes, the original is really good. Check it out. There's kind of a funny part in there too. Well, I always laugh every time I hear the woman say it. You want to be here alone at night in the dark.
In the dark.
I think it is dark at night, but
I love. I think you just showed me that clip just to show me that clip, so that you could say that over and over and over again. I loved it. It was funny.
Oh, Nick found a trailer to the Olympic.
Oh.
You don't want to be here alone at night in the dark. It's just funny. It's like the way the woman says it, the person says it's like ridiculous. It's like, oh boy, okay, well maybe I don't. Yeah, especially if like you're hanging out here, kind of freaky lady. But it's very good. It actually really does show what happens in a typical haunting. I mean, the noises, the sounds, the knocking, the bangings that can occur in a real haunting. It's just like, I mean, it's so close to an actual real haunting that it's just crazy. Whoever originally did that must have really experienced a real haunting at one time when they wrote that. It might have been called The House on Haunted Hill. I thought it was just a haunting. There's two different things. 1959, Jack. Yeah, it could be that one. No, not with Vincent Price. No, it was not with Vincent Price. No, it's not. The House on Haunted Hill. Now I know which one that is. That's something completely different. No, this is The Haunting. It's supposed to be originally called The Haunting of Hill House. So Nick, I know which one that is. No, it's not the Vincent Price one. Oh, and Barry was born in 1963 as well. So yeah, it's not. But Nick, it's not it's not that one. I can tell you which one it is. Brings up The Haunting of Hill House. I'm just trying to look. She was correct. It's The Haunting, 1963. And yes, I see the trailer there. I wonder if I can just pull this up for a minute.
What's that movie with the Rip song with Frankenstein?
What? Oh, Young Frankenstein. Oh, completely different thing. That's comedy.
That is a good movie. That's a good. Nick said something, or Barry said something about black and white movies.
Hang on a second. I'm bringing up the Haunting of Hill House
dead
here.
will walk, and you, unbeliever, will scream unheard.
Stop it!
The Haunting. The Haunting.
See, The Haunting.
What do we really know of that other world of hauntings, of apparitions in the night, of the sinister powers of darkness? The Haunting was produced and directed by Robert Wise, the brilliant producer of West Side Story, and stars Julie Harris, Claire Bloom, Richard Johnson, Russ Tamblyn.
Richard Johnson, that's right.
You cannot deny terror. You cannot look the other way. You have
It's really
to
cool
face
movie.
the
You guys gotta
supernatural,
catch this.
face the chilling mysteries of forces you cannot understand or control when the Haunting holds you in its spell. The Haunting.
So there it is. It's that was The Haunting. It's really cool. Yeah, you gotta catch it. You really gotta catch it. It's one of my favorites.
Young Frankenstein is my favorite.
Yeah.
At least
So
that
let's.
one clip of them singing.
Oh, I didn't know it was shot at Eddington Park, which is a hotel now. I thought the actual building was filmed over in Europe. Well, maybe that's where he's talking about. But very cool movie, very cool place. So yeah, I guess we've been talking about paranormal movies. We've been talking about a lot of stuff paranormal related tonight. So it's great. You know, so we have some good conversations here sometimes. I think
We do.
sometimes, you know.
I got my list.
Yeah, check it out. Barry, it was available. I actually have it on. I found it on Vudu. I think it might be on Hulu or Netflix or one of those. But you can find it online. It might even be available right on YouTube. Barry. So check that out. I know that there was a clip but the actual full thing. It might easily be available on IMDb, Internet Movie Database.
It's on
check
Amazon
that out there.
Prime.
Oh, it is on Amazon Prime? Okay.
And
I have it on Vudu. I actually bought the movie, so I actually own it.
I don't think it's on that. Oh, yeah. I think
I'm not sure where it is. I'm not sure if it's on NetTube or not.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. No, wait, no, it's on Haunting of Hill House. It's not okay.
That's
anyway,
that's the one. But that's the
Anyway.
You guys can check that out too. It's a great series, The Haunting of Hill House, great series. It is based off that movie. So yeah, it's we're checking out. Then Nick says, "Damn, now you guys got me excited to talk about that movie." Yeah, I know. And David says, "We rock." Thank you, David. So what else are you guys? You guys any other questions? We're getting close to our hour. I know it's been an hour already. I'll always give myself plug. if you're looking for any of my books, any good reads, or anything else while you're hanging out during the COVID virus stuff, you can find all my books online at Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. Just with my name, Jack Kenna, and my books and my comic book will come up. I know a lot of you probably already have it. But all my stuff is out there. Hopefully we'll have some new stuff out soon. Just got a lot going on. We're doing a lot of stuff. We got some new things hopefully coming in the next year. That'll excite you guys even a little bit more. Yeah, I know, Barry. That hour is already going. We'll go a little bit over because I think we started just a few minutes late. Love you too, Candace. But if you guys got any other questions for tonight, throw it out at us. We're here to answer them for you. And don't forget, next week we will have our special guests.
Yes.
We'll be talking to them about their team and about their event that's coming up at Wildwood Sanitarium. So that'll be that'll be very interesting, I think. Again, we're going to be at that event. That's out in Western New York. Again, it's Wildwood Sanitarium. And we're going to be staying nearby out there, but it is a fundraiser event. It's going to be indoor, outdoor, I believe. We'll have our tent out there, Carly and I. It's a one-day event on Saturday the 1st. Come out and join us. Say hi. Visit. Who knows?
Give us air hugs.
If you show up and say, hey, I heard you talking about it on the show, you might get a free gift. You never know.
An air hug.
You probably will. Yeah. But yes, it's a good cause to donate to as well. Always good to save these places so we can keep investigating them.
Exactly. And
Absolutely.
preserve the history.
Yep. And thank you all again for listening tonight. Enjoy your evening. We love you all. And we'll see you again next week with our special guests.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll be posting all that information on Sunday and Monday, and just as reminders for all you guys. And they're all still talking amongst each other out there, too, which is great. You guys can keep talking after we end the show, too. Remember that. You can always keep talking. You guys don't have to just stop because we stopped. You can still chat online out there. Enjoy yourselves. Share information with each other always. Care about each other. Give each other a hug when you finally can again. And always support each other. Always support each other. And, don't let your difference of politics strain your friendships. It's not worth it, people. Politics comes and goes. It's a circular world that goes around and around out there.
And the only way that this world is going to improve is if you guys, everybody is positive and nice to each other.
Absolutely.
So,
respect each other.
Not that the majority of you guys are not, respectful. You guys
we know they are, but our point is spread it. Spread the positivity, not the negativity. Mm-hmm.
And don't let them get you down. Do not give them. That is one thing that I actually learned today. When people are being negative and they are literally chucking negativity at you, do not give them the satisfaction of letting them know that it bothers you. Do not let them win. And you know what ticks negative people off more than anything is knowing that it doesn't affect them, and that you don't change and you are still positive.
And just like William Earl, he brought up a good point that spirit of apocalyptic change just has to do with that sometimes. Just change, drastic change, changing the way the world is going, and things like this pandemic do change the way we live and the way we interact with each other, and we'll get back to some kind of normalcy again. It's going to take a little while, but we'll work around it. We'll work around it. Don't be afraid to wear that mask out there. Don't be afraid to still interact with people, though, either. I mean, just, certain routines and things you got to follow just to be safe. It doesn't mean you can't interact with each other to a point, but, things will get better. They'll come up with something that'll be, they're already coming up with treatments for it, and and other things. So, mortality rates are falling, and number of cases here in New York State are falling. I know that they're rising in a lot of other places, but some of our states here on the East Coast, we're actually falling in our numbers. So it's all going to even out eventually, people. We just got to get through this, and we'll get through it by sticking together and supporting each other. So once again, you guys have a great night. Remember, we love you, regardless of what you think, where you stand, or what your politics are. We love you anyway.
Yeah. If you're purple, green, or polka dotted, we don't care.
That's right. That's right. We love you
We
all.
love you guys.
All right. You guys have a great night. We'll be seeing you again next week. Enjoy your evening, and thanks for tuning in. Bye, everybody.
Bye.